Yo, what's good, everybody? Good morning, GM. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. Welcome back. From those of you that were with us yesterday, we held a Nearcon watch party, and we're focused on gaming. So today, we're kind of going to look at either the boss, the open web, what they're calling it, kind of at Nearcon. That's what everyone was seeing when they got off the plane is welcome to the open web. There's plenty of stuff going on, and there's a lot of talks about AI. So I kind of wanted to continue where we left off with watching Nearcon and, just catching up with what's going on because everyone hasn't made content on it yet. It's just like a list. This happened, that happened, this happened, this. You're going to want to watch this. You're going to want to look at that. So we're going to look at the AI part today. It seems a little bit more interesting to me than boss. So we'll go ahead and jump into that. And as you guys trickle in, we can take a vote and kind of decide on what we want to watch next. So let me make me tiny. And Seuss is on the way, so don't worry. He's here. And the first thing I want to look at, start watching my screen here. What do we want to look at? We watched How is Asia Driving Web3 Gaming yesterday. I want to look at Cosmos AI. So if you guys didn't or don't remember, I'm sure you remember, but the transactions went through the roof not too long ago, and I don't think the price really changed, but everyone was saying, "Oh man, Near is like the most used blockchain on that day or that week or whatever." So I want to see what Cosmos AI, has to say. So let's get into that, and then we'll take a vote on what to watch next.
Merging. Log it. Merging. Play it. Merging. Learn it. Merging. Read it. Merging. Unlock it. Merging. Watch it. Merging. Share it. Merging. Shop it.
Number 1.
Unlock it.
Earn it.
Play it.
Earn it.
Learn it.
Earn it.
Read it.
Earn it.
Unlock it.
Earn it.
Watch it.
Earn it.
Share it.
Earn it.
Shop it.
Earn it.
You guys remember this commercial?
party and now all they want is kiting. I'm in plan with kiting and now everybody wants it. They all FOMO in the party and now all they want is kiting.
Can we do it again?
Hello. Unlock it, play it, watch it, learn it, shop it, earn it. Number 1. My name is Nearcon from Cosmos, the company behind Kaikai and Kaiching. First of all, congratulations. All of us Near ecosystem members deserve congratulations. You should be very proud because 2 out of top 5 most popular blockchain apps are built on Near. Woo! Kaiching and Sweat represent over 50% of all active wallets, monthly active wallets, out of top 5 blockchain apps. Over 70% of all daily active wallets are built on Near. But so right now, Kaiching has 700,000 daily active wallets, 2 million monthly active wallets. Our next milestone is 10 million monthly active wallets. But the real goal, the real objective for all of us here is 1 billion Web3 users.
I'm a bit late.
We're still very, very far from that.
Yep, we just went ahead and got started. We're watching
don't worry, you're very lucky because you're in this room, and I'm about to share with you the secret recipe
and talking about
for 1 billion
Kaiching and whatever Cosmos
users.
AI, the technology behind it.
Are you ready? Woo!
Oh, okay. You put the links already. I was
Stop
about
talking.
to announce. I was right.
Start building.
Oh my
That's
god,
the
it came at
secret
perfect time.
recipe we all should apply. Stop talking about Web3. Start building based on Web3 principles. Stop talking about crypto prices. Start building products that are priceless for our users. Regular people don't care about Web 2, Web 3, Web 5, or Web 10. All they care about is value they can get. And at Cosmos, we are focused on 3 values: save, earn, and own. Save, earn, and own. Our mission is to help users save time and money, earn rewards, and own their data. Save. You might have seen this headline from TechCrunch saying Cosmos ditches Stripe to adopt Near crypto solution. What is it about? It's about Visa, MasterCard, and Stripe stealing from us. Every day, from all of us. Every time you pay with your card, every time you pay online, they steal 2% from you. On top of that, Stripe charges a payment fee every time you make an online transaction. It's a lot of money. If you buy 1 coffee a day, just 1 coffee a day, in a year you will spend $170 on payment processing fees. Just 1 coffee a day. Imagine how much all of us pay in payment processing fees. Every payment transaction, every online transaction, these guys keep stealing from us. That's why we launched payment solution, Kaiching, based on Near, which decreases the payment fees to just few cents. Earn. People should benefit from the ecosystem they help to create. Google, Facebook, TikTok, they collect our data, they take advantage of our data. In return, we get to use these products for free. And that used to be enough. It's no longer enough. Users expect that they will get some of these benefits. And this is what Kaikai is about. Every interaction, every engagement with our product results in rewards to our users. Our users get rewarded because they help us to create better product and better ecosystem for everyone. Own your data, on your privacy. GDPR is not enough. It's nice to have, but the reality is that it creates standards for good actors, but gives absolutely no protection when it comes to bad guys. The reality is your data is safe only when it stays on your phone. And this is what we are working on. We're working on a solution that will combine edge computing with blockchain to give all of us real privacy and real data protection. With edge computing, our data will stay on our phones, and with blockchain, we'll be able to ensure that only the authorized parties have access to our data, and we'll be able to revoke this access whenever we want to. The biggest challenge here, how to decompress the algorithm, the model that right now weighs 20 gigabytes down to just 50 kilobytes. If any of you is working on this challenge, please come by and let's talk about this. So you've been working for months, sometimes for years, on your amazing products. Result, you have no users, no website visitors, pretty much nobody cares. It doesn't necessarily mean that your product is bad. It doesn't mean that your product sucks. Sometimes it just means that you didn't have the opportunity to tell your story. And this is what we want to give you. We want to give you the opportunity to tell your story, to share your product with thousands of users. If you scan this QR code, you can apply and get listed on Kaikai as part of our wallet.
Can we still
So,
scan the
thank
QR
you.
code now?
You should be able to. Why not? Unless it's
I
link
missed
isn't
it.
live. I
I
mean,
missed it.
this is recorded.
I will
so
watch
you
it
can-
from the live. Well, that's the power of watching after the live, guys. So if anyone missed this, we are doing a watch party. And that watch party is about Nearcon, or what happened in Nearcon 2023. So I will be looking after the live and, scan it and see what we can do.
So it seemed like it was an introduction of what they were doing. And they're kind of networking over there. Let's turn that down a little. But yeah, let's skip ahead. Oh, it's not that long. Never mind.
Thank you so much, Miran, for coming up and
Marcus.
presenting that. Next up, I'm proud to announce that we'll be hearing an awesome panel moderated by Lindsay Crawford of Proximity. More info won't save us. Why we need consumer crypto.
Okay. More. I don't know if we want to watch this. Why we need consumer crypto? Yeah. Man, let's skip this.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank
I
you
guess we
for
all
coming
need
to
this, but
very insightful consumer
sorry,
panel we're
Lindsay.
about to have.
Where were we at here? Let's go more towards AI. See, what's that?
What was the
Here.
AI that AVB was pushing?
I have no idea.
Okay, let me pull up the tweet. He did mention an AI building on the bus, and the AVB.
I want to see
Okay,
what Sweat
I'll try
Economy
to-
has to say.
See it. You know what? I want to learn more about Sweet Economy. I know it's the oldest in here, but
Is it? Well,
they
yeah,
said
they've
it's one of
been
the
around.
oldest,
Well,
right?
okay,
Yeah,
well,
they've been
they-
around for since early stages.
They were
Isn't it?
originally going to deploy on ETH. That's why they have that ETH option. And then
Mhm.
Ilya comes up to him and says, "Hey, I seen what happened with Steppen. He's like, hey, you can deploy on Near. We can handle all those. A lot of people complained about Solana. I mean, people, it was pumping and everything, and everyone loved it, and sold, and made a ton of people money. That doesn't say anything. What am I looking at?
I sent you the tweet.
I know I'm
What
looking at
what
it. It
tweet I
just says
sent you?
note for now. It only works using Near
Oh, I
Wallet.
sent you the wrong tweet. Here is the correct one. My bad, man. They are under each other. So, yeah.
The rumors are true. I was recruited by autonomous AI agent I seen this. Meet Steven, an autonomous AI agent and Near Grants officer. Live on mainnet. Test if you would approve your proposal. Seems like he's testing an AI agent to approve your requests. Sounds like fun.
AI, man. Maybe we should make a special episode Q&A with an AI. How do you? It
I
will be
don't.
interested exploring
I
the
think we'd
AI.
have to test it, not do it live, but to try to test it out or ask GPT or something like that.
Yeah,
Ask
yeah, yeah.
ChatGPT.
We'll like go through questions and some good stuffs, and let's see how accurate it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's see what move to earn and sweat economy has to say. We'll go from there. We'll see. Let's play this.
Thank you. Thank you,
Turn
thank
it
you,
up.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Oleg.
Over the last 2 days, I had so many really interesting conversations with various people in the ecosystem and builders on Near that last night when I was in the taxi going home, I realized that I needed to reshuffle my whole presentation and change an argument. And so basically, if I stutter and if I don't know what I'm talking about, that's because this is absolutely brand new content, and I've never actually delivered it. So yeah, my name is Oleg. I'm co-founder of Sweatcoin and the CEO of Sweat Economy. There's a little bit of a complexity about us because we came from Web 2 to Web 3. Sweatcoin, that you see on the left there, is the business that we started in Web 2, and Sweat Wallet and Sweat Token is what we've been, kind of drumming up about, and we launched it last year, actually, at this event. So this is actually my third Nearcon. I realized it this morning. First Nearcon in 2021, I tailgated somebody into the event. Well, that somebody is actually Pamir Gelenve. He told me, you should come with me. I popped in. Pamir introduced me to Ilya and to Alex. Well, the rest is history. On next Nearcon at 2022, from this stage, we made an announcement that we were going for our launch. And while I was talking, the team was furiously doing the biggest TGE in history of Web3 with more than 13 million accounts created over the period of 36 hours. Everyone was nervous. Ilya was nervous. Technical teams on both sides were nervous. Our CTO did not sleep for 36 hours, but they delivered it, and Near held, which is an absolutely incredible testimony to the quality of the product and technology built by this team. And today we're going to be talking about the death of Move to Earn and what's next. And the sneak preview is, it's not about Move to Earn, it's not about segments, it's not about products. We need to think bigger and bolder, and we need to start building economies. We need to go beyond what's out there right now. So, quick recap, because I don't know if all of you know our history. We started in 2014 with Sweatcoin, and the idea was it pays to walk. So it wasn't charity. It was hard to raise money because nobody could understand how could you actually pay users to walk. And we managed to prove that it actually is working. Last year, we launched what I believe is a true revolutionary thing, because we are not thinking about tokenizing existing asset. We are thinking about creating an asset that did not exist before. We believe that physical activity has tangible non-zero value. Everyone is talking about it, everyone agrees with it, but it doesn't have financial expression. And that's why we launched Sweat, which is tokenized physical activity. And our objective is not to shield the token and is not to do utility pumps, dumps, etc. We would like to create it so that it's traded and we know how much our physical activity is worth. Now we're getting to move to earn. The biggest question that I am getting asked time and time again, sometimes several times a day, is it like Stepan? God, if I could actually get near for every time this question was asked, I'd, probably be richer than Ilya. And the next one isn't move to earn dead? So let's actually answer this question because
He's in great
definitions
shape
of what
for
dead
his age.
can be different. But I actually went and I looked at what is constituting move to earn. And of course, it's actually dead. Look at Stepan. And this is market capitalization of projects. From all-time high, Stepan lost 92% of their market capitalization. Step App, minus 82%. Genopet, minus 91.8%. We are not much further down, actually. We are minus 52.3. And then it made me think, okay, if we're thinking that move to earn is dead, then let's look at the whole crypto. And actually, the whole crypto from all-time high is down more than even our project. So that pretty much means that crypto is dead, right? No. Oh, last few weeks are definitely very, very encouraging. But, before that small tick up, we were actually just at $1 trillion. Now, is it death or are we too early? And if we dig into that question, we actually see very interesting things and very interesting parallels with another industry. And I am pretending to be a student of history. So I went back and I looked at the internet. Oops, sorry. And you know what I've discovered? That if you actually look at the index of internet stocks, it is almost mimicking the trajectory of crypto development. And if we are assuming that we are somehow trailing internet, then we would now be roughly somewhere in year 2002. If we're looking in terms of user adoption, we are now in 1996 of internet. And I think that this is quite an interesting parallel because, you know what? This is the industry, internet, that between 96 and 2002 has become from curiosity and thing that geeks did into a truly mass market phenomenon and started engaging not hundreds of millions, but billions of users. Now, are we sure and is it guaranteed that we will follow that trajectory? My answer is no. I think that there is a lot of stuff that still needs to be done, and there are major blockers and major barriers that we still need to overcome together. The first one is we really do have too many crooks and thieves in this space. And I know that quite a lot of people would disagree with me, but I actually agree with Gary Gensler when he says that this industry needs to clean its act. It is absolutely incredible how these people are damaging our livelihoods and are pushing away users that otherwise would have been engaging with us already a long time ago. The other barrier is we really have very, very confused definition of success. Look at this project, Crypto Dick Butt, $1.4 thousand. There is a lot of stuff that is very, very, very strange. And you know what? It's also another parallel with internet. I don't know if many of you remember 93, 94, 95. There were absolutely incredible number of projects building on the internet that were absolutely batshit crazy. And last but not least is we do not have an email. Those that remember 95, 96, 97, email was that mass market proposition, mass market application that made internet get into everyone's minds and into everyone's homes. We do not have that ubiquitous product that appeals to billions of people and makes them change their habits, change their lives. Now, what does it mean? How are we going to go about it? And there are two things here that I'm pretty much certain, and they're guaranteed to happen. And there is one question mark. First, we know that there will be regulation and prosecution. Like it or not, there will be more regulation and there will be prosecutions. We know that they're already happening. The FTX process continues, but he's already been found guilty on 7 counts. And I think it is actually a good thing. I hope that there will be more people that will think multiple times before doing something like that, before meddling with users' funds. The second thing that I'm absolutely 150% convinced of, that our success definition is going to shift towards active users from TVL. When I see right now blockchains comparing themselves on total value locked, they don't make money on locked value. Locked generally is not part of a metric that gives you something positive. We are all talking about liquidity. We are all talking about engagement. We are all talking about activity. Something that is locked is not active, is not doing anything. It is just sitting there, and it's a vanity metric. And I think we should stop comparing projects on TVL. Active users will definitely win. Third, question mark, still, what is going to be our email moment? What is going to be that product that is going to make Web3 get into the psyche of billions and billions of people? So I will focus on this last bit. The other ones are pretty much ticked, and I know that some of you would not agree with that. But actually, if you think about 96 to 2002 of the internet, that was the biggest breakthrough that made internet go absolutely ballistic. Everyone in West Coast of the United States, VCs and founders, started measuring success and feeding their egos on talking about active users. The bigger, the better. The more ambitious they were becoming. And that means that the founders, instead of thinking about cottage stuff that is generating profit but doesn't have necessarily scale, started thinking, what are the problems that we're going to solve for hundreds of millions, for billions of people? Google started, I believe, in 2003. Correct me if I'm wrong. Facebook started roughly around that time. So all of these monsters that we are now talking and calling big tech were born out of these founders chasing active users. Now, what would be the approach to designing and creating a product for the next billion people? And first and foremost is it needs to start with the problem that hundreds of millions and billions of people have. And I'm not going to pretend that I have an answer. I mean, we have our answer because Sweatcoin, obviously, and Sweat Economy is solving a real problem. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a scale that we have right now. 145 million plus users on Web 2 and 9 million users on Sweat Wallet. The problem that we started with is very simply people want to be more physically active. It's a genuine
It's all
intent.
in the pod. He's
Huh?
a pretty good speaker, man.
No, 9 million on Sweat Wallet. Everything good needs to start with a problem, not with an idea. You know why? The explanation is very simple. You build a beautiful product, you have an idea, and then you need to sell it. And in order to sell it, you need to find someone whose problem this product would satisfy. And there is nothing sadder than a beautiful product that people spend a year or two building, and then they are looking for someone to take it and solve their problem. And the reason why they're in that situation, because they did not start with a problem. Another benefit of starting with a problem is you never pivot. You do not have to pivot, ever. You don't freak out your investors, you don't freak out your team, because pivot, when you start with a problem, is an adjustment to a product because you learn something about the problem and those users that you didn't know before, and you just shift around and you become more and more targeted with your product, and you become better and better at solving that problem. That is a lot easier narrative to sell to anyone than when you have not found the problem to solve and you need to completely pivot and go for another idea. Second point is simple UX and language. Our users do not understand hodl, biddle, staking. We had to change this vocabulary completely. And this is not to talk about seed phrases, 24 words that you can't take a screenshot of or copy and put it somewhere. You have to scribble it down on a piece of metal, split it in half, put it in 2 different safes in 2 different locations. Users, the next billion, are never going to do that. They would love to be good at OPSEC, but they are not going to jump through so many hurdles. So simple UX. Third, it has to be native mobile. Next billion people does not have laptops. They do not have desktops. They are preferring native apps to even mobile web. So starting with this is absolutely and incredibly important in order to get mass market adoption. And last but not least, this next billion people are not whales. There are millions, hundreds of millions, probably billions of them, but very low value. And that means that we have to think altogether in a completely different fashion. And accepting $10 transaction cost for the next billion people is not going to work, because for people in Africa, that would be like half a year wages. Nobody's going to pay that. So, and because we're here at Nearcon, that gives you a whiff of an idea. Where else would you actually be building this product? What other chain can give you the combination of all of this stuff and founders that actually understand the importance of each of these points that I'm making? Now, there are a lot of conversations around product innovation, and I'm getting sent quite a lot of decks. And my biggest frustration that I see right now is that we continue to innovate largely for whales, and nobody, or very, very few projects, are thinking about minnows. But if you want to have a vibrant ecosystem, you cannot just have whales. It's not diverse enough. We need to start building products for minnows, because then it's going to be a vibrant ecosystem. We also should not forget the roots and the ethos of Web3, because we wanted to democratize things. We wanted to bank the unbanked. We wanted to give products to people that are excluded by the existing industries and existing players. So minnows is the original mission, and they are terribly underserved right now. What is our hypothesis? What are we doing for the minnows? We actually learn from an amazingly huge economy that everyone's familiar with, but is not thinking about it in terms of XXX to earn. But attention economy is actually pay attention to earn. It's only about 150 years old, and by some estimates, it's $7 trillion. It's 5 to 6 times bigger than the whole crypto that we're so proud of. Now, what do we learn from attention economy so that we can take it and build a movement economy? There are amazing similarities between paying attention and being physically active. Specifically, they are, it's valuable to you. Everything that you know and people that you meet starts with you starting to pay attention. If you're physically active, you benefit. Both of them are also valuable to third parties. Advertisers are paying for your attention. Healthcare providers, insurers, employers, and ultimately governments are happy and will be paying for your physical activity because it is actually good business to them. Let me give you an example. Why not accept some or portion of your taxes in sweat, or, let's not chill just sort of our project, but tokenized physical activity. If you have it, that means that you're taking care of yourself, that you're putting less pressure on healthcare costs in the country that you're in, you're going to live longer. In the most cynical fashion, it is good business because you're going to generate more tax revenues over your lifetime. It is give a little and actually benefit a lot. Now, third one, scarcity. You do not have unlimited amount of attention. Neither you can produce an unlimited amount of physical activity. And we know that scarcity is extremely important. With these three similarities between attention and physical activity, we can conclude that actually we should start going beyond products. We should start thinking really ambitiously and start building economies using Web3 and this technology that we have available to us as a basis, as an enabler of this very, very ambitious goal. Now, what are we doing to others beyond ourselves to actually push for more of you? And I'm saying you because there are a lot of founders here, and I hope that there are people who are thinking of building on Near. We are sponsoring hackathon that is happening in another venue, and the strand or the swim lane that we're sponsoring is DeFi products for the next billion people, because we believe and we put our money and our bounty where our heart is, that products need to start being innovated that are geared towards billions of users. And we called it SweatPay. That's a sort of code name, but actually this is something that we're really, really keen to bring to reality and allow those tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people that right now have smartphones but are excluded from banking system to enter into traditional finance and allow them to spend that crypto anywhere where they're spending cash right now. What are we giving? Again, we're supporting our thesis that it's all about users. The winner is going to get 50,000 users put on their product so that they can understand it, test it, and verify that they have product market fit. And we'll definitely be very, very keen to help them. And of course, there are some cash prizes. So let's really focus on building for Minos and building economies, not just products. And perfect timing. I don't want to stand between you and the beverages that are served over there. And now I think that we should just go and party and celebrate this amazing event and all of those amazing announcements that we heard today. Thank you very much.
Very well spoken, guy.
Thank you all so much for coming out today. It was an amazing turnout.
You're muted, Billy.
Oh no, I was just saying that that's the end of, what is that, day one? Let's look at day three. We didn't watch anything from day three. The mutable web, Aurora Unleashed, igniting Near's potential, DeFi, not just Lambos. All the ways Web3 helps the world? What should we watch? What about Anchorage? Near pitch competition? That could be good.
What else we have?
They changed someone's website. Oops. So, on some community, a default version of
There's people building on the boss.
default version will be set to
This is a bus platform, yeah.
to the mutated version.
Yeah, I know.
In your social.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a very important.
Everyone's going to pitch to build on the boss.
So we can use the same narrative and expand it to the Web 2. Doublets provide insertion point where these applications can be integrated into Web 2 legacy websites. So this is.
Meh.
Sorry.
Users making a mistake.
Less. It's time that we move around, right? And so
Okay,
you
I
guys
think I
kind
skipped
of
far too
introduce this
ahead.
value layer nomenclature.
Exactly. The zero. I mean, the cool thing of this proof.
Let's see what they have to say about Polygon. I'm interested in watching that.
Well, thank you everyone who came for the third day of Nearcon. I hope you all energized and did not drink too much yesterday. So I want to welcome Jordi here. Jordi is a co-founder of Polygon. He's a true OG of kind of Web3 and Ethereum space. And it's been kind of, on Wednesday we announced partnership with Polygon, working on ZK Wasm together. And Jordi is one of the brains behind kind of the push for zero knowledge at Polygon. And I wanted to sit down here, kind of very grateful for Jordi to come and discuss why zero knowledge technology is so important, how we got here, and what's coming next. But first, want to give word to Jordi to introduce himself and also tell us more how you got into zero knowledge, why it excites you.
Well, I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer since I'm 12 years old. That's my heart, where it is. I start working in the crypto space in 2015, so that's a little bit long time ago. And it was very early, maybe after 1-2 years, and understanding that the technology that actually I was trying to use this technology in real applications, and I realized that this technology doesn't scale. I mean, it scale if you centralize, but if you really want to decentralize, it doesn't scale very well. So that was my obsession at that point. I mean, at that point was time of state channels and very complex things that they didn't work. And at the same time, I was very excited about the zero knowledge, especially for the privacy stuff. So I started to study a lot here. I drink a lot from the Zcash people. I think that all the zero knowledge comes from them. We have a lot of them. A lot of thanks to that network by the time. And I built a couple of. I was building Circom, which is a language for creating zero knowledge circuits, and Snark.js, which is a prover that works very good in the browser. Right now is one of the most used tools in the space on that. And from there, we realized that this was very important also for scalability, because zero knowledge is not only about privacy, it's mainly about the scalability. Actually, scalability is the application that makes zero knowledge grow that much. People care less about privacy, unfortunately. And
Sadly.
Yeah, sadly, yeah. And from there, I mean, we created the first roll-up, the only payments roll-up that was called Hermes. And after we launched Hermes, we were start working in the Holy Grail. That was in this case was a scaling Ethereum, scaling the EVM. So the idea was to prove an Ethereum transaction, in this case, that executes thing. This was a little bit of Holy Grail 2 years ago, because, I mean, even myself, I couldn't believe that this could be possible.
Yeah, it was hard to believe it will work because of complexity. So
yeah, so at that time we remember we spent a couple of months with Barry Whitehat from the Ethereum Foundation, working together, trying to okay, it's impossible, but let's try it. I mean, let's try to see what are the points and how we would do each of the pieces. And we're like solving all the pieces, and at some
Come on.
point it says, okay,
Get to the
looks like
part where
more or
they're gonna
less
work
all the
together.
pieces are there. Some of them very complex way to do it, but it's possible. So from there we start.
It looks like
working
the
hard.
audience is
It
filled
was
up though on
a
this one.
work of 2 years.
Yeah.
At that point, we
Everyone is
joined,
interested in this one.
forces with Polygon. We merged Polygon. Here was very important. I mean, we get all the funding and all the we could grow the team and actually put resources on that. And 2 years later, we were launching in mainnet the Polygon zkVM, and has been a long journey. We learned a lot,
Yo,
but
G-Dub.
I think this is an
Thanks for the
important
heart.
milestone. Not
I
only
didn't even
for
see you there.
Polygon or for
Thanks
Ethereum,
for
also
stopping by, bro.
for the full
You might not be interested in the crypto talk
blockchain
here,
ecosystem, because
but
actually we see that it's
we'll
perfectly
probably play some video games right after this though. So
scalable. So scaling blockchains is
So thank you, I
definitively
appreciate you, bro.
possible, and this is the way to go. This is the clear way to go.
So maybe like for those who are not like
yeah,
very
it's
familiar
a
with how
conference,
zero
and they're
knowledge
talking about how two
works, as well
blockchains are going to
as,
come
you know,
together
how
and
it
stuff.
actually
So I'm into like
transforms,
not only
you know,
gaming, but
global
like
computing and applied to
crypto and
blockchain. Maybe you
Web3
can
gaming and
describe
stuff.
kind
So
of like
there's some
in
video
basic
games that you can
model
use
how
tokens
that
in the
works.
background.
Yeah,
Like,
zero knowledge
you know,
is
skins
mainly is
and
what we call
CS:GO and
the
stuff
best
like
way
that.
to understand,
So
because there
you
is the
can utilize
privacy
those
part, but the best
skins
way to
like as
understand is
NFTs
what we
and
call
stuff
the
like that.
provable computation.
So we're
So
watching
here
this
is
to see how
idea
like
how
they
it
can come
works. Imagine
together
that I
and
have
stuff.
a
So
program, any
some of the
program,
games
any
that I do
deterministic
play, you
program.
know,
This
are
can
like
be verify a set
NFTs
of
or have tokens
transactions,
in
but
them.
can be anything. I
So
mean, any training
Yeah, machine
AI,
learning
in the
model,
morning,
yeah,
like
anything,
this
yeah.
time, I do a
anything.
podcast and it's
Basically,
focused
the
on
program that
gaming
takes
and
1
crypto
week to compute
and
that.
how like they're kind of
So
meld together.
have an input, we know
And
that the program will
yeah, later on we'll play some
uniquely
video games.
generate an
But we're
output, because
watching
this
this.
is a
This was
deterministic
on
program, and
Friday,
I
I
give you the
believe.
result to
So we're
you. So
watching
you
a
know the
recording
program, you know
from the
the program,
Nearcon,
and
the
you have the
Near
result. And
conference.
you want to verify, okay, you have the result, but are you sure that this result is correct? Well, the obvious
This part
way
is pretty
is,
boring,
okay,
though.
you can verify that. I mean, you just take the same computer, the Mac supercomputer, you run the program again, stay for a week, and then you see that the result is the same. Okay, the computation is valid.
Goofy old people
Okay?
explaining
But there
crypto.
is a better way to do that. And the better way is, okay, I have the program. Of course, I need to spend 1 week running the program. But besides doing the computation, I also generate computation proof, a ZK proof. Okay, so it's a very small cryptographic, like a kind of a signature, okay, as a cryptographic part. And then I give you the result.
But
I give you
basically,
the
like, why would
signature
you
of
want to
this-
get
this
into
proof,
crypto
this
and gaming or
computational proof.
Web3 gaming?
And the
Is
cool thing is that you don't need
like
to
if you
run
see a lot of
the
skins
program
on
again.
CS:GO,
You can verify that the
and
computation
you
is
can
valid
sell them,
in
but the
very
money
few
stays within the
milliseconds.
game. And
And the cool
Valve
thing is
takes
that
all
no
that
matter
profit,
how long is this
and you
program,
can't extract
no matter
any
how
of that
big,
money.
it can
It's
be
just you just buying
1 week of
skins.
computation,
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you've
10
seen the
years of
headlines of
computation, can be the
people
computation
saying,
of a full
"Oh, this
blockchain. I mean,
CS:GO
it can be
skin
whatever
sold for
computation you want.
$40,000."
That the
But that guy
verification,
can't take
it
the money out,
takes
right? It's
very
stuck
few
in
milliseconds just
the
to
game
verify.
or Valve. You
And
know what
this
I
thing
mean?
that's quite new. I mean,
So
this
with crypto, you're
succeed
gonna want to
part,
be,
the zero
you know,
knowledge, the
you
succeed
want to be able to
computation
sell
part.
your skin.
This was
With crypto, that'll be
until
possible.
2010.
So
Yeah.
So
you know, it's
was
kind of
not
just like ownership. You know,
even
you actually
possible.
own
So the
digital
research
assets.
level was at
That's
that level.
what
But
you
this is
know,
what allows blockchains
crypto gaming
to
is more
scale.
about.
Because what,
You might
what's
hear
the
it's
big
kind of
limitation
scammy, and
of
it's
the
true.
current,
I'm like,
of
but
the
there's
current blockchains,
scams
of current layer
in
ones, is that, I mean, the
in
consensus
everything
is
really. If
expensive.
you think
And
about
if you
it.
want to reach consensus, that means that all the nodes in the network, they need to, I mean, when somebody proposes a node, all of them, in order to accept this consensus, they need to execute that node. They need to take the transactions and check the signatures, check that they have enough balance. If it's a VM machine, I mean, they need to execute the code or the smart contracts, the transactions, and
Yeah, pretty much. You
if you
just
want,
need to
and
know
these
somebody,
nodes,
like, you
if you
know.
want a really
Kind of
decentralized
like
networks,
why
these
me
nodes
and my
cannot
co-hosts
be
are
huge
here. Like, we can
nodes. I
sit
mean,
here
well,
and
you
tell
can
you
put
what's
big
safe
nodes
to
and you
do,
scale.
what I personally
five
done,
machines.
and then
Yeah,
say,
but,
hey, you
but
know,
I mean, if you want to, if you were, if,
go
but
play this
this
game.
against
Go
decentralization.
check
I
out
mean,
this
if you want
game,
to have relatively
and
small
there are
nodes,
some opportunities to earn a couple
you
of
want to
bucks.
scale, this is limited. So the number of transactions that
Sometimes they'll
each
say, hey,
node
play
can
this game, give me
execute
good feedback, be
is
an active
limited.
member of the
So the
community.
cool thing here is that the zero
You
knowledge
can
allows you to,
earn a
okay,
skin or
maybe
something like
somebody
that, and then you go to the market and you sell the
gets
skin for $5-10
transactions,
bucks.
somebody
$5-10 you didn't have
creates
yesterday.
this zero knowledge. And then in the consensus layer, they don't need the
And how
nodes.
I
They don't
got
need
into
to
it was like
re-execute all these transactions. They just need to
the game
verify
director from
this proof
Magic
and
the
agree that
Gathering
this proof is valid. And this
co-founded
proof
or
is,
went to
I tell you, it's very few
direct a
milliseconds.
game.
Actually, you
It
can
was
do
a
it in
trading
a
card
smart
game as
contract.
well, called Gods Unchained.
In Ethereum, in
And
Near,
they have
you
weekend
just
tournaments, and
implement
as long as you
pairings
win
thing.
like
So
above
it's
half your
and
battles,
so this
like
is
10 plus
in
out
the,
of
you,
20,
you can do that, and this
you
is
can
what
earn like
really
$5,
allows
$10
us
per
to
week. And you're just playing this
scale
game, and it's very
Actually,
similar
there
to
are two
Magic the
pieces.
Gathering.
One is
That's
this
how I got into it.
execution,
This was like a year or two ago.
this technology,
A couple
this
years ago.
ZK technology. And the other, of course, is the data availability. Data availability, okay, this is cool, but you need to put the data needs to be in the on
Well,
chain.
to verify the proof, you need to see
So
the
if you need a
data, what
safe
are the
space to
transactions
learn
went in,
about
and you need
crypto and
everybody else to
gaming,
be
you know,
able
you're in the right
to
place.
actually reconstruct the state.
Exactly.
Just-
So
it's
that
just
it needs to be
gaming,
available because
yeah.
I could. I mean, the idea is okay.
All
I
good
could
too.
get
games all my life.
reach a consensus for some valid state. But if you don't know how
Probably have to hit you up later
this
for a
state was
Nintendo.
built, nobody will be able to build the next state because okay, it's a hash root. Okay, but you need
The
to have-
information, yeah.
you need the information there. So an information requirement is that needs to be available so that anybody should be able to have access to this information. This is the data availability. And I mean, this looks like a simple program, simple problem, but actually it's one of the hardest problems to solve. And by the way, I mean, Near is leading the space in this data availability.
they
Near
are.
is one of the
Those
networks
themes
with
alone, I think you're just
best-
going to
yeah,
attract
sharded
people.
data
Those
with
themes are pretty
sharding,
dope.
data availability. I mean, this is
when I was watching you use them, and then you were showing off your buddies or whoever
that
was getting
side.
one next in line
Yeah,
to get
so
one.
this is the
Yeah, this is complementary, to the kind
Absolutely,
of technologies. Yeah, and I think kind of maybe to expand a little bit on this, the idea that any kind of computation anywhere can be proven with this succinct proof, right, and verified by anybody else within milliseconds. It also means that some of the things that right now,
But yeah, but lately
like,
I've been
you can
playing
only
Sea of
do with
Stars.
consensus,
So once
you
I
can
get done
now
with
kind
that,
of do
and
in,
hopefully
like,
tonight I get a
on
game
the personal
key
server
from
on
what are they
some
called?
set of
PlayStack?
servers, and then just provide a proof.
I
And
forget
so
what it's
this
called.
kind of also
PlayStack
unlocks
something.
a lot more
PlayStack
provable
games or
compute,
something like that.
which
They're going to
is
give me a
bringing
key
us
to play the
this
last
kind of
phase.
broader vision, right?
That's
where
going to come
people,
out.
are in
Let
control.
me see. Tomorrow,
and,
actually.
like right now, if you're using any service, right, they can change their database. Like there's engineer who
Yeah,
can
but
really
if you like
go
Castlevania
and
games,
run and, update
go
queries
check
on your
out,
data,
go look on
and you will
Steam
not
for
be
the
able
last
to,
phase.
like, even detect that. Right?
Actually,
but here
you don't have to even
have
go to
this
Steam. Like if
scalability.
you're a
And that's kind of
console player,
fundamentally changing both the blockchain space, but also broader space. And so, kind of bringing this to WebAssembly. So for us, when we started,
yeah, the last phase, and
we
if I
actually
scroll down,
banned the zero knowledge words in
I'm
in
pretty
our
sure
office back when we had an office.
it's on
when we
console as
started.
well.
And this was from a
Yeah,
reason
the
that in
publisher is PlayStack, the
2019
developer
it didn't really
are the
work.
guys
It didn't
that
scale.
made.
It was really slow.
I say it all the time.
It worked like on smaller things. Like back then, like it was hard to imagine EVM would be
The Mortal
provable.
Shell.
And it would be too easy when we were designing Near to say, well, actually, this can be done with zero knowledge proof, but we cannot implement it. And so, like, yes, there is a design with zero knowledge proofs, but we cannot implement it. And so we ended up building the data availability, but also sharded execution and kind of the ecosystem around that. And people who've been at the talk yesterday for Bowen seen kind of the evolution of that. But with zero knowledge now working, right, and especially kind of starting to scale to this more generic computation, being able to prove this zero knowledge kind of for WebAssembly.
If you
WebAssembly
like,
is a generic
can I pose YouTube
VM.
links?
It's VM that runs on
I don't know
every
if that's
device. Like
clickable.
every device you have right now,
But
there's a
if you
WebAssembly
like
running on multiple different applications.
Castlevania
It
games,
runs on
Metroidvania,
edge, on IoT devices.
go watch
It's
that
a generic
trailer.
technology that has kind of very wide adoption. Being able to prove that will unlock kind of provable compute on the edge. It will provide provable compute on your laptop, and it can provide provable compute for blockchains, and in turn also allow to continue scaling the blockchains and continue scaling the kind of what we can do with this technology.
Yeah, there is to mention maybe two
Or maybe we can watch it after
important
this.
applications in the blockchain.
Maybe you should just watch it
Because one
now.
thing
Let's
is, of
watch
course,
game
building
trailers.
blockchains
This is getting
themselves.
boring.
I mean,
Zeus,
building
are you still here? Do we want to
code
watch
I'm
this?
still here,
but I
man.
mean,
I'm
again,
still
this is
here.
the set of data
Okay,
To be
availability
honest,
and the
it's
computational
kind of
proof to
getting
scale.
boring, yeah.
But
Okay, let's
this
kill this. Let's go
technology
watch
also plays an important role
the thing I just posted.
in
Okay,
trustless bridging.
there's not many people watching anyways. They only got a couple.
Welcome home, Eric.
Okay, let's watch what I just posted in the chat.
Existence.
This is dope.
And
If
so
you like
it is
Castlevania
written.
games, I gotta keep and play this. I get it either
The path
tonight
you've
or tomorrow
taken
morning.
has
to stream
led
it.
to this moment, this honor. Welcome home, Eric.
That's like that's gorgeous. So excited.
They are seekers of death. Merciless and cruel creatures, feeding on what consumes them in turn.
They raised the temperature.
Embrace thy fate. Only retribution awaits you.
Your sins are laid bare. All that you have is a gift of my benevolence.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it. What's it called? Genesis. The aftermarket Genesis game I play? Demons of Asport? No. I haven't seen it. But yeah, that's The Last Faith. What event happened recently? And why can't I see? 11/14 Indie World Showcase? Ooh. I kind of want to watch this now. Spells and Weapons Skill Showcase. It's only a couple minutes. I know Seuss doesn't like these games, but
I was about to comment about about it, man. Listen, I like the small details, like the smoke thing from his feet and the other thing. Man, I don't like. I think he advanced way far to keep playing this type. Designs, visuals.
it's just like a retro throwback. Like it's Castlevania type games.
You know, I grew up playing retro games.
But I don't think you got into like Metroid or Castlevania, did you?
No, but what I'm saying is, after I played the new games, man, I didn't see retro. It's nice anymore. To be fair, you know, it still bring back some memories. Like for example, Metal Slug, Mario. I will play them retro, yes, but I don't know with other games, to be honest.
Oh, this isn't live yet? 11:14. Dude, this is live for an hour. Is that a countdown? Oh, it is a countdown. It says 9 a.m. It is 11:14. Oh, I guess it was alive. We can't watch it anymore. Oh well, cool. Well, let's just wrap up this live real quick. Thanks G Dub for stopping by. We're just doing the podcast thing, talking crypto, talking video games, but we don't want to watch the technical stuff. We just want to see the results of it. We just want to see what we can use on the end user side of things. We don't need to know how it works. We don't need to know how AWS works. We don't need to know how Google Cloud works. We don't need to know how to use it. I mean, we need to know how to use it. That's what I'm saying. We don't want to know how it works. We don't need to know all that good stuff in the background. So we've been here for a solid hour now. So what does G-Dub say? Who makes the game? It looks like a game I just mentioned. I just said it. Let me bring it up on Steam. PlayStack is the publisher. Kumi Souls games.
The game you played now is on Steam.
Yeah.
And this is the game that you will be getting a key for it.
Yes.
So now I will know where you will be for the next 10 hours. What you will be playing this game.
Tonight, yeah, I'm trying to get through Sea of Stars. That's what I've been playing.
I've been seeing you playing it a lot. Like in the morning when I messaged you, playing Sea of Stars. I came back from my son's school. I was about to jump to the podcast, playing Sea of Stars. I was like, damn, man, this guy is playing it all day long. I have been seeing you playing it for like 2-3 days already.
I'm not playing all day long. I think I get 2 to 3 hours per day. I'm trying to get through it. It's a 30-hour game, and I'm about a little over 25 hours into it, and I'm trying to finish it. That way, when this game comes out tonight or tomorrow morning, I should say, I want to start streaming that one. So, yeah, I just want to forget about it because if I'm in the middle of a game and I go and start another game, I'm gonna forget about that game. I'm gonna stop playing it. I'm gonna forget my place where I'm supposed to go. I'm not gonna be into that anymore. And I'm gonna want to start over again, and then I'm not gonna play it.
So what's your plan now? Spend another 5 hours to finish the game you are playing now, and then start with the new one?
No, well, I kind of wanted to get in some retro gaming. I was hanging out with one of the other streamers last night. What's his name? Back to the Future. I'm pretty sure G-Dub knows who he is. Back to the Future is kind of like one of the first streamers like I really got into, like watching concurrently back to back, like almost every day. And I'll just come and hang out and say what's up. And he was really receptive to me. And he plays a lot of similar games that I used to play when I was a kid, back in the day. And then it kind of led to watching other retro streamers. And, I don't know, it's just fun. It's just, I can go back and play the same games over and over and over again. But then at the same time, we play the newer games as well. And then, I don't know. It seems that when anyone plays like those retro games, they do get a lot of views for some reason. Everyone will be like, "Hey, I used to own this game. I used to play this game."
It's like throwback memories, you know?
It's a memory. It hits you right in the feels, and everyone, you're scrolling, you're swiping, looking at lives, and then you say, "Oh, hey, I used to have that game, or I played the shit out of that game when I was a little kid, or I was so poor, that's the only game I had, so I played that all day long and all night long."
Yeah. Anyway, man. If you ask me, I'd rather play a new game. CS:GO, Rust, Valorant. Far Light now because I bought the
I have you here. It's because we're diverse now. It's because I'm more into retro games. I'm more into like pixelated games. I'm more into RPGs. I still play like a ton of genres. Like I love racing games. I love ARPGs. I do play first-person shooters. It's just I wouldn't play that all the time. Some people, that's all they want to play. You know what I mean? So I like a variety of games, but my bread and butter is like RPGs, ARPGs. You know what I mean? And then I'm getting more into like MMOs. So it's just like, and then you are more like into the FPS games and stuff like that, and MOBAs and competitive and stuff like that. So like whenever anyone comes on, and that's what the guy from Golden Tides was saying when we had him on here. He was like, you like the lore, you like the PvE. And then Seuss is more of the sweaty gamer with the, likes the competitive and FPS. And, so we're like, a diverse, we're two different gamers, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I would say you're more into chill gaming. Me, man, me, when I play, I prepare myself mentally before I start playing competitive. Like before I go run game in Valorant, I literally prepare myself mentally Do not break down for the next 8 hours,
I
nine,
just
ten
think
hours.
to hang out, play video games, and have fun. The only competitiveness I had,
Play.
it was a third-person shooter, or you can call it FPS, I guess, but it was on PSP called Resistance, and it had online. So I had at the time I had a GameCube and a PSP and a PC. And I didn't play PC games. I didn't have something that was good enough to go online and play PC games all the time. But anyways, I had a PSP, and it's lacking some buttons, so it was a little difficult to get into. But I was in a clan, and I would play with Filipinos. They were only like 15 years old at the time, maybe 10 years. Was it? I was 23, I think, and they were calling me old then. I was 23, and I was playing with high school kids, and we would, my roommate would play was it Modern Warfare 2 when it was all big. He would play Modern Warfare on his Xbox, and I'll be playing my PSP. And then when his friends came over and stuff, we would all play. We would play UFC. UFC was real big back then. Modern Warfare 2, and yeah, I would play. We would do clan battles and Resistance. So I mean, but that was 10, 15 years ago. So I haven't played competitively in a long time. It's not fun. I mean, it is. It's very fun, but man, it's just you're just trying to beat the other clans all the time. Like, if they challenge you and you don't fight them, they call you a bitch. Hey, you're a bitch. That team, and then because if you're one person and you're talking shit to another person, they're gonna go say, hey, let's go, clan battle. Like, hey, my team versus your team. And if you back down, they're gonna call the whole team a bitch, not just you. So it's very competitive, and it's just like it's fun sometimes, but sometimes I just want to relax, play some games, and that's like a lot now.
I will tell you one thing. I have, I played Rust a lot, and I'm really into Rust, and that Rust is like literally for sweaty gamers, man. That game doesn't make you sleep. That game, even when you're sleeping, you will be dreaming about your base if you're getting raided or no. I mean, I will tell you, it's so addictive that the game itself created a notification system where you can hook electricity to a notification device inside Rust that will send you push notification to your phone if someone is trying to raid you when you're sleeping. I'm not fucking kidding, man. This game requires a lot of sweat to play it. And I used to play with the guys, and we used to sweat a lot, but actually most of them now, they just don't want to play it anymore. They just like to go to the easy 10x mode where it's all shooting and less farming and building and doing these things, to actually get your weapon. So because they like this type, and I like the hard grindy way, I stopped playing with them. I haven't played with them for so long. They asked me the last time to come. I told them if it's grindy, I will come. We call it a fresh wipe and official server. Official server is mean, man. To build a base, it takes you like 3 days to build a solid base. Like, it takes a lot of dedication. We are talking about 15 hours a day playing the game. And if I don't get pissed while I'm playing, if I don't rage, I don't have fun. I mean, the last time we played Farlight, me and you, we are chilling. Everyone is chilling. We are laughing and stuff like this. I think you said, oh, Zeus supposed to carry or something. And you remember I went like 15 kills and something,
That's
because I was
because you
like,
said it. You said, "Watch, I'm going to carry the whole team," because we were all dead and you were the only one alive.
I
And so you're
sweat
like,
so
I'm
hard.
going to come back and come res you guys, and we're going to win. So you came and resed us, and then you went off and killed a bunch of people, and we're killing other people over here. Not even, dude. There was like 2 or 3 of us, and we killed just as many as you, and you're alone. So we ended up
But
dying at
yeah,
one
man.
point, and then you said, "I'm dying. Come help me, help me." But we're already all dead again. So yeah. But it was like what, 4 people?
Yeah, man. I went to 1v3. I killed 1v4 actually. I killed 2 fully killed, and then there was the last 2, if you remember, and I knocked them 3 times, but I could not close the game, and I was so pissed. Do you know? Until the night, I'm really pissed because I could not win that clutch. This is
Well,
how
you could have
sweaty I
finished
am.
off one of the other guys, but if you went out and did that, the other ones would have finished you off.
Yeah,
kept
the thing is
reviving.
also he had a healer, so that healer was raising him really fast.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I could not like for a few hours after we finished playing, I was still pissed. I was in a bad mood because I could not clutch it, and that's what make games fun for me, you know. But I get your point. Some people's like to chill and play the game, you know. I don't think I will be able to chill and play the game unless I'm like maybe playing with my kids, for example. And even when I'm playing with my kid, I'm a bit competitive. Like I start teasing them and calling them noob and stuff like this and laugh at them, you know. So I don't know. I really have fun playing games in this way. For me, it's very fun actually that I get rage. I rage and I get mad, and I think a competitive game is the way it is, but it it depends on people, I guess. But I release all my frustration when I'm playing a game, so it's good, you know, to release all your anger while you are trying hard.
Well, let's get into some gaming or something. I got a couple of hours, and yeah, if you have time and you're not going to bed, let's play some games and let's close this up.
Well, it's actually 2:30 here, so my son tomorrow have a picturing thing for the school. That's why I try to play couple far light. You know what? Let's jump into two game before I go to sleep. I'm pretty tired.
Okay, let's close it up. Later, everybody.
See you guys.